John Rawls, A Theory of Justice. Embark on a journey to discover a captivating alternative to classical utilitarianism in John Rawls' magnum opus, A Theory of Justice. Rawls presents an innovative theory, justice as fairness, which builds upon the social contract theories of philosophers like Locke, Rousseau, and Kant, while tailoring it specifically for democratic societies. The book delves into the significance of a shared conception of justice in maintaining a stable, efficient, and cooperative society, and explores how principles of social justice can create the foundations for social arrangements, rights, and duties. Discover how justice as fairness provides a clear, well-defined system for prioritizing principles and offers a moral foundation that nurtures egalitarianism and self-respect.
Beyond classical utilitarianism. In classical utilitarianism, society's aim is to create maximum utility for all members, denying liberties for the collective good. However, this anti-individualistic approach has its flaws, especially regarding certain liberties and rights. Justice as fairness, an alternative theory, returns to the social contract view of John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Immanuel Kant but provides a better framework for a democratic society. Justice as fairness recognizes the need to balance individual rights and freedoms with societal benefits to create a more just and fair society. A society's fundamental charter. A just society is necessary for stable social cooperation, and a theory of social justice provides principles for deciding on social arrangements and distributing benefits. A public conception of justice offers a standard for assessing a society's basic distributive aspects. Institutions such as political constitution and economic and social design implement a society's conception of justice. A system of social justice helps bind a society and fosters self-respect and dignity for its members. The theory of justice as fairness. The theory of justice as fairness, put forth by Locke, Rousseau, and Kant, proposes that a society's basic structure and principles are determined by a social contract. In this contract, free and rational individuals, starting from a position of equality, would agree upon principles of social cooperation in government that they find fair. The principles of justice as fairness prioritize what is right over what is good, and attribute moral worth to certain qualities of character. Society is regarded as a cooperative venture for mutual advantage, with justice functioning as a form of pure procedural justice when institutions operate according to fair rules. The original position, which refers to a specific interpretation of the initial situation, includes widely held presumptions about the conditions required for choosing principles of justice. People in the original position prioritize and balance principles they see fit for attaining social goods, without being motivated by benevolence or vanity. Their decision is permanent and obliges them to abide by it, regardless of unforeseen consequences for their lives. The veil of ignorance and justice. The veil of ignorance is a crucial feature of the original position where individuals have no knowledge of their social status, abilities, assets, or even their conception of what is good. It eliminates the allure of unjust principles and ensures that the agreed-upon principles of justice are fair. People in the original position affirm equal liberty of conscience and reject the principle of utility to protect their liberty. The veil of ignorance prevents individuals from shaping their moral views according to their interests or attachments and excludes unjust considerations of bargaining. It allows the parties to reach a consensus on principles of justice that reflect fairness. Justice as fairness. The concept of justice as fairness proposes two principles that apply to the basic structure of a society's institutions, ensuring fundamental rights for all individuals while minimizing negative outcomes. The first principle advocates for an equal distribution of primary social goods, with exceptions only when it benefits everyone. Primary social goods consist of rights, opportunities, powers, wealth, income, and self-respect. The second principle ensures that inequalities in the distribution of social goods are to the benefit of the least advantaged members of society. This includes access to education and job opportunities, among others. These principles prioritize equal basic liberties, including political freedom, speech, and personal freedom, and guarantee rights that are not subject to political bargaining or social interests. Justice as fairness acknowledges the inherent equality of individuals and calls for institutions that uphold and promote this equality. Principles of justice and egalitarianism. In Justice as Fairness, the second principle of justice posits that any social or economic inequalities must benefit all members of society, especially the less advantaged. This principle follows the first principle serially, and cannot override it. The two principles work together to mitigate placing burdens on a few individuals and reflect an egalitarian approach to justice. Even if none of the institutions within a social system are unjust, the system itself may still be unjust. Furthermore, the gain to some people cannot outweigh a loss for others. Justice as fairness does not subscribe to a utilitarian conception. By adhering to these principles, a just society not only benefits everyone but also promotes stability in the social system, which is supported by all members. Justice as fairness. A just system should provide equal distributions unless inequality benefits everyone. Justice as fairness avoids quantifying individual welfare and only considers the well-being of the least advantaged members of society. According to the difference principle, a just system should aim for equal distributions unless unequal ones benefit everyone. This system avoids the difficulties of implementing utilitarianism, as it only requires ranking individuals by their well-being. Justice as fairness eliminates the need for measuring satisfaction, focusing instead on whether a change benefits the least advantaged members of society, not the amount of the benefit. The quote, "It may be expedient but it is not just that some should have less in order that others should prosper," emphasizes this idea. With justice as fairness, a society can achieve fairness without sacrificing individual needs. Justice as fairness. The book explores how justice as fairness provides a moral foundation for a democratic society. The first principle guarantees the liberties of a democratic society, and a market economy ensures distribution procedurally while providing essential liberty of free choice of occupation. Justice as fairness also emphasizes regarding people as ends in themselves, worthy of respect, which promotes social cooperation. Following the principles of justice as fairness allows all members to achieve their good both as individual and a collective, allowing them to best express their moral nature in a just society.
John Rawls, A Theory of Justice, challenges classical utilitarianism and proposes an alternative that champions an egalitarian society founded on fairness. Rawls' theory identifies two core principles, where the first one emphasizes equal distribution of primary social goods, and the second one states that social or economic inequalities are justified only if they benefit everyone, especially the less advantaged. By dissecting complex ideas and synthesizing them into a comprehensive moral framework, Rawls offers an insightful blueprint for a democratic society that values self-respect, cooperation, and mutual benefit. Justice as Fairness ultimately gives readers an inspiring vision of a society where everyone has the opportunity to prosper and express their moral nature fully.